Why love feels like an addiction, and what that means for relationships. Hello, I am Dr. K. Paul Stoller, and some of you know I have treated addictions for many years. In fact, I have created a webinar where I discuss my protocol to end any and all addictions at KENNETHSTOLLERMD.com. One of the subjects I broach in my addiction webinar is how the brain scans of addicts look a lot like some other conditions. For example, the brain scans of people who are deeply in lust or romantic love look surprisingly similar to the brain scans of addicts. That sounds disturbing, but neuroscientists say there's actually a reason for it. And understanding that reason might also explain something uncomfortable about relationships. Why some people feel tempted to cheat. Researchers studying romantic love have used brain scans to observe what happens when someone looks at a picture of the person they're deeply in love with. What they discovered was remarkable. The same brain regions activated in romantic love are part of the dopamine reward system. These include areas like the ventral tegmental area, one of the brain's main dopamine centers. Dopamine is the chemical associated with motivation, reward, craving, pursuit. In other words, when you're in love, your brain isn't just feeling affection. It's experiencing something closer to intense reward-driven motivation. This helps explain why early romantic love can feel so overwhelming. People often report constantly thinking about the other person, emotional highs when they're together, intense longing when they're apart. From a neurological perspective, the brain is essentially saying, this person is incredibly important. Pay attention, pursue them. Scientists believe this temporary dopamine surge evolved to help two people focus intensely on each other during the early stages of bonding. Nature has an agenda, and that agenda is to create babies. But something interesting happens as relationships mature. The brain chemistry shifts. Instead of dopamine-driven excitement, the relationship becomes supported more by hormones like oxytocin and vasopressin. These chemicals promote bonding, stability, long-term attachment. The relationship often becomes calmer, safer, and more secure. But the intense dopamine-driven excitement of early love usually fades. As I discuss in my webinar, if oxytocin fades or is inadequate, that is when Cupid hits the fan, and there will be a bloody mess to clean up. The brain's dopamine system responds very strongly to novelty. A new romantic interest can trigger the same circuits that were activated when you first fell in love with your partner. Suddenly, there's excitement again, curiosity, energy, attention. Biologists have observed something called the Coolidge effect in many animals. It refers to the tendency for sexual interest to increase when a new partner appears, even if interest hadn't faded with a previous partner. Humans are obviously far more complex than laboratory animals. But evolutionary psychologists believe some aspects of this novelty-driven response still exist in human behavior. That is chasing the bright, shiny object. But here's the important point. Feeling attraction to someone new is not the same thing as acting on it. Couples who stay deeply in love for decades often show brain activity that still resembles early-stage romance. What do they have in common? They tend to maintain novelty within the relationship, trying new activities together, traveling, learning. To learn more about my addiction protocol, just sign up at KENNETHSTOLLERMD.com. Hope to see you there.